Hi everyone, thanks for joining me today for another HOORAY art video. Today's video will be focused on the artist and artwork of Russian abstract artist Vasily Kandinsky.
I also want to let you know that I'll be providing two different Zoom sessions next week. I'll be splitting this up kind of by grade levels. These are not mandatory meetings. You don't have to come if it doesn't fit well into your distant learning schedule. But if you're able to, I'd love to see you and bring a pencil and paper with you so that we can do a mini art lesson in that format. I'm going to be providing the codes and the passwords to these Zoom sessions just in the normal ways that you've been getting them for your other classrooms, for your grade level meetings or your individual grade level meetings. So just look for those calendars, and I'll be providing the links in those formats for you and your parents. I'm going to be splitting this up into two different sessions. So it's going to be grades K through 3 on Wednesday, May 6th at 2 p.m. And then grades 4 through 6 will be Friday, May 8th at 2 p.m. So again, I hope to see you there, but it is not mandatory. But if you are coming to join in, I'd love to see you. And just again, make sure you bring a pencil and paper with you too.
I will also be giving some student shoutouts for some students that have sent me artwork, and later in the video I will take you step by step through an artwork inspired by one of Kandinsky's most well-known works of art. Vasily Kandinsky was a Russian-born artist who lived from 1866 through 1944, and he is known as one of the first abstract painters. His unique style may be contributed to the belief that Kandinsky had synesthesia, which meant he could hear colors and see sounds, and his artwork tried to represent this phenomenon. These three paintings shown here are just a small portion of his artwork that demonstrates his unique combination of shapes, lines, and color. One of his most well-known works of art is Squares with Concentric Circles, which actually was not even considered a complete painting, but rather a study of color combinations using both paints and crayons. In this study, he was seeing how colors worked with each other to use as reference for other paintings he would work on later. In just a bit, we will create our own color study based off of this work, but first let's check out some student artwork. Shane in 4th grade sent me a creative curvy doodle, and I love how you use the American flag on that bottom left corner as part of your unique patterns. McHale in 3rd grade also did a creative curvy doodle. I love your imagery you used, and I love the combination of blue, yellow, and pink as your color scheme. Elena in kindergarten sent me an awesome Henry Matisse style giraffe, very colorful. I love the purple background, nice bold color with those markers. Amelia in kindergarten, I love the curve to your giraffe's neck. It creates a really good sense of movement in your design. Peyton in 1st grade sent an awesome giraffe too. I love how you blended the colors on the neck, and the purple background really makes those colors stand out. Mason 3rd grade, I love how you balance the colors on both the head and the neck of your giraffe. Braden in 1st grade, really cool use of different size circles on the neck. It really makes the giraffe come to life. Grant in kindergarten, I love how we get a sense of the shoulders and the neck as well, so it has a really unique look to it. Riley in kindergarten, I love the little rainbow colorful design on the head of your giraffe and really cool use of pattern on the neck. And Aaliyah in 1st grade, really bright pastel colors. I love that pink background that you chose on your design. Thank you again for sending in those artworks. Now let's create our own version of Kandinsky's color circles. For this project, you will need a piece of paper, a pencil, markers, and crayons. So using my pencil on my paper, the first thing I'm going to do is divide up my paper into squares. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do two vertical lines pretty evenly spaced, so up and down two evenly spaced lines. Then I'm going to do also some lines going left and right horizontally. Those are also going to be evenly spaced to leave me 9 squares on my paper. They don't have to be perfect, but they should be pretty even with each other. Then I'm going to get out as many markers and crayons as I want to use. I'm going to use all of the color wheel colors plus brown and pink for both my markers and crayons. Then I'm going to start with one circle at a time, and I'm just going to choose whatever colors I want to use. For this first square, I did choose primary colors, so I used a red crayon, a yellow crayon, a blue marker, and then a yellow crayon to finish up the background. In my next square, I started with an orange marker, and then I continue adding different colors. It doesn't matter if you're using markers or crayons or a combination. Again, in Kandinsky's original work, he was using paint and crayons to experiment with his colors that he was using. In this box, I'm using secondary colors. And then I'm going to get into just some playing around with different colors. And what the fun part of this project is just using different colors and just seeing how they work well together. some boxes you might not really end up liking how the colors work with each other, and some color combinations you might really be surprised of how well they look together. And so that's kind of what Kandinsky was doing with his project, is he was using it as a reference for when he did later paintings. He could look at a painting like this and say, oh, these colors look really good together. Maybe I'll use those in this part of my painting. So it's really just an experimentation and seeing how the colors look. So don't really think about it too much, but just kind of start with the circle in the middle of each square, color around it with either a crayon or marker, and use a few different colors per box. And then what you're going to end up with is a really colorful work of art, but it's also going to be a study of how colors work together in different ways. As I finish up this last box, finishing up with some bright yellow, what I just started with in my first box as well, and then you're going to end up with a great project that looks something like this. Remember, there's no right or wrong to the colors that you use in your project. Just experiment with different colors and see how they look. And remember, if you are one of my students, you can take a picture of your Kandinsky circles and send them to me, and maybe I'll feature them in a future video. But until next time, stay positive, always inspire, show creativity, and always be the best version of yourself. Subscribe to my channel and look forward to future videos. Have a great day.